exactly decided yet, but I do believe the smartest move over here is going to be to continue this retrograde movement with the Army of the Shenandoah back here to Staunton, and then rail them right up here, have them ready. And once they get here, we camp and wait perhaps for a little bit, because right here, they have coming in Gregg's brigade, Gladden's brigade in 2 days, right? So I'd love to be able to face off with this federal army when we get Gregg's brigade in just a little over a week. And I think we'll also be getting Lawton's cavalry. No, okay. So most of that stuff is, new. We'll just have this battery of artillery and 2 more infantry brigades at our disposal, probably closer to 9,000 men that can reinforce the Army of Virginia in what I hope can be a coordinated attack against the Department of Pennsylvania. The Union Army of Northeastern Virginia is still up here, somewhere around Alexandria. You can tell with the front lines being like this. They may end up moving and scooching more this way. That's kind of what I hope happens. If they head to the Shenandoah Valley, I'm kind of okay with that. I'd love to isolate and attack the Department of Pennsylvania down here. And what I'll probably end up doing is, once we finish this fort with Early's engineers, that's 1,500 men I'll bring up here to the Department of Richmond. And when we plan and launch the attack, we'll probably have them trailing in an effort to try to just get an extra division-sized force of troops to crush these guys around Fredericksburg. And hopefully that will be our first successful campaign here in the East in 1861. And what I'd love to be able to do is overwhelm them, knock them out, have enough of an army left to set up a new line here, perhaps detach a few troops back into the valley, but have enough of an army in good enough shape to fight another fight right away if we need to, because we likely will have the Army of Northeastern Virginia bearing down on us to try to cross the Rappahannock somewhere sooner rather than later. And in fact, we may have them bearing down on us like now. It's what I've known the AI to do. As I understand it anyway, the AI army up here is, I think, in the yellow. I am presuming that this AI army is in the orange right now. And that's why I'm trying to kind of rest on the idea that there's going to be time to get the Army of the Shenandoah all the way over here to help. And I also am thinking of an idea where I re-engage, but in a defensive, quote-unquote, siege battle, and do that with the Army of Virginia kind of down this way, and then have the Army of the Shenandoah do what I'm planning on doing and attack. Since it's in the yellow, then it attacks while the Army of Virginia comes on and follows up, perhaps, or at least joins on the field for a field battle set piece right around Fredericksburg. But that's going to be the movements that I make likely over here. There's another thing I'm kind of debating, and that is the addition of a new supply depot, kind of somewhere right around here near the railroad, behind our army. Because I think that with all of these troops over here, we're going to need for supplies to start flowing up this way. I believe we'll be holding this position for a while, even if we knock this army out of Fredericksburg. Yes. So next is to address Missouri, right? And what I was really wanting to do out here, because we're in the orange right now and we won't really be able to pull this off. And the only reason we're in the orange is because we combined the Missouri State Guard with the Army of Arkansas. And once I get up into the yellow, I think honestly, as soon as I do, I'm going to take this army and I'm going to head up toward Jeff City. And we're going to go up there. And I believe that in this area of Missouri, and, within the command radius of the army, so say we get ourselves snuggled in somewhere like right here or something, all of this area here could provide for the army, say maybe this town, this town, this town, this farm, Jeff City, and have control of these infrastructure points. If we get the army up there, I think it's small enough to where it might actually be able to sustain itself. Now, it's got a lot of artillery, and it would have limited artillery ammunition, and so we wouldn't be able to fight more than maybe one major battle up there. And so that's just kind of worth keeping in mind as we carry that forward. But I think I want to do that. I want to just go ahead, not worry about the Union coming down here. They've got Fort Gibson and Fort Smith to deal with. It's 1861, and so I don't imagine that their army is going to be big enough to actually challenge those forts and take them quickly. So if there's a time for us to really make trouble up here, like I kind of want to do, and keep the border states in play, so to speak, now is going to be the time. What was next? I think I was going to be talking more about the positioning of Army of Tennessee, which I want to put basically right here around Clarksville, pretty much. They'll be right along a railroad with the ability to react quickly in case these guys are coming. And then they'll be able to react quickly in case these guys are coming. And we have old info on them, but I believe they've got as many as 18,000 men. We're going to lose some troops because we're going to detach a brigade. And I'll probably just start with that. We have a new brigade under Smith, who is an engineer. Okay. They'll go under Colonel Carroll DeRosie. All right. And I wonder, is the very top commander the one that gives his attribute to the unit? That's not something I'm actually totally sure about. Let's go... Who are our other engineers? Let's go Captain William H. Whiting will command the whole force and be an engineer all the same with Smith. Okay, and that will be the Army of West Tennessee, no. 2nd CSA engineers, bingo. All right, and we'll go down to our units, select them. All right, and I'll push the play button, and we'll be going over the rest. But they're going to immediately move to here and then here. And I think I'm not going to mess... How strong is the Army of Mississippi? All right, 2,300. They're not going anywhere yet. So let's go ahead and, for starters, get them to this junction right here. Let's have them take the... No, they're just going to have to walk. Okay, we need the railroad for these fellas right here. Right? The other one was these guys go on attack. Yeah, I want to keep them on attack. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scooch like this. Bonk. We're going to scooch. We're going to keep an eye out for the Yankees coming this way. Boom. Okay. And we do, as a part of our plan in the West, very soon, I think probably change the plan way out here with the Army of the West. I think we need to go ahead, countermarch, he'll get new orders, and come back up here to Dallas. Don't worry about taking the train. All right, and I was going to go ahead, bring them down to build a fort down here. And I wanted to get them closer to the depot while they were building up their readiness. But I'd like to go ahead and get them move further north, build a new depot up here, probably destroy this one. So let's go ahead. Let's empty that out. And these guys, before they do anything, they're going to have to finish their march and rest for a hot minute. But we're going to be ready with them here shortly. The other piece that's important to talk about with regard to what we're doing out here in the East, I think anyway, is to underline the importance of the Shenandoah Valley. It was historically a pretty vital little area for the South, and the game does a pretty good job of modeling that. You can see Staunton Farms, level 3 farms, a level 3 manufactory, and this level 1 mill, which produces some of the only flour in all of the Confederacy. So all of that combined, I did the math. When I was looking at the campaign to kind of take a look at what else I wanted to do. Let's make this move right here. Boom, taking the train for sure. We're forcing the march. He gets that order in 2 hours, and we'll be in decent shape right there. Hopefully the Yanks didn't, sense that we made this move right here. But all of this combined ends up being like a solid, like 1/6 of the whole Confederate, I would say, war support economy. The Confederacy's ability to feed its troops. All right, Early's boys are done. We go back to the Department of Richmond. All right, Early back into the Department of Richmond. Make that transfer. Okay, Gideon Pillow's command goes away. That's the end of that. Okay, now the Department of Richmond will be up to about 5,000 men and 11 guns. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start scooching them. Scooch. Offensive stance. Scouting. Let's get some good intel. See, we're in the green with this division. So if we did a double envelopment with Department of Richmond and the Army of the Shenandoah, I think that'll be ideal right here. And we'll just try to knock out the Department of Pennsylvania. Probably going to have to wait, like I talked about, a little bit of time. I really want those reinforcements for the Army of the Shenandoah. All right, how soon are we getting done over here? All right, pretty good progress. All right, well, that's cooking for just a second. I'm going to take my eyes away, and I'm going to go back to my list real quick because there was more for me to check on. Yeah, a couple of moves we needed to make really before we got anything going. Yeah, I can't push pause. All right. What we got to do is I got to use the menu. So let's go Army of Shenandoah. And I need to get Stewart out of this infantry brigade. And I need to replace him with a professional. I'll tell you what, I'll just put a volunteer in there. That's fine. Suitable rank, please. Oh, gosh, there's nobody? Really? Okay. Professional. We'll go Garnett. We'll assign Garnett. That'll be good. Major Garnett. He'll end up being a colonel. All right, now I need to replace with Jeb Stewart here, but I got to wait a little while, I think, before Jeb becomes available again. So I'm going to have to remember that. Coming north here. Okay, we're camped now. I think one of their only choice is going to be with the Army of Northeastern Virginia is to kind of come up around here. Maybe the Army of Pennsylvania does the same sort of thing. We'll see. They've got me outmanned here, but at the point of crisis, we've got them. Gladden is in 1 day. He'll be here soon, soon, soon. Very good, very good. And we have arrived. And they are in the orange, headed to the yellow. The moment they get in the yellow should be June a few days from now. We'll go on the offensive. Appreciate everybody's in. Starting with a cup of Joe tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Oh. Okay. We need to make this attack now. We're not going to worry about the trains. Go. All right. We're going to stay on the offensive with these guys. We're going to be scouting. These guys will come up here. They will use the train. Offensive scouting. All right. Let's go. Okay, they stopped. Of course, the hope is we can make this attack happen in a coordinated fashion in this coming day. Okay, we can pause it again. We're overnight. Here we go, gentlemen. Campaigning in the East. Key part of what we got going on. This is a big to do. It looks like they steamed the army down to right here. That's at Aquia Landing right there. That's a little savvy move by the AI. You got to give them credit. As the armies gather here. Forward Guard's army is in a little bit better shape. We'll be able to get them on the field. Let's go ahead. Let's say, hang on, June 5th, early in the morning. So let's say, yeah, go as soon as you can. All right. Don't force march it, but go. You guys wait. You guys wait until the 6th. And then you go. And then you go as soon as you possibly can. And stay on the attack. And then this will be the plan. We're going to hope that this works out going into this next day. We're going to have ourselves a battle. Oh, talking about I see your comment there about the valley. You're right. Yeah, it's like you know, down the pike, boom, right there to Washington. Right there. Here they come. We're a little slow here. Okay, they're going to get everybody concentrated. Okay. They're going to get everybody quickly. We are going to be... I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be attacking or defending, but we're in contact with their entire force here. We're a little more spread out. They're more concentrated than us. We're going to have to play this one and see how we do. This is the overall commander, Robert Patterson. Joe Johnson will be ours. And here we go in the East with a chance for our army to prove its mettle. We will get everybody, the Department of Richmond, the Army of the Shenandoah, and the Army of Virginia. The Army of Virginia shows up first. It'll be outnumbered roughly 2-1 on both men and guns. But we will have these two armies showing up. Looks like the Army of the Shenandoah did not get its reinforcements like I had hoped. So we've got a tough situation on our hands. They've got us outmanned and outgunned. We've got more cavalry than them. We're going to have to fight this one well, I think. Play this one, boys. An early Battle of Fredericksburg. Would love it if we were defending, I won't lie, on this one. To give us a better chance to win it. So yeah, they've got roughly a division-sized force more than we do. Early in the war, that's kind of not good news, and with the condition of our troops. Now, their Department of Pennsylvania is roughed up just the same as my Army of Virginia. So what I expect is for the Army of Northeastern Virginia to be the more aggressive arm of their force. Maybe we could isolate it somehow. We are attacking. Okay, so that means at least our scouts report the enemy is near Fredericksburg. The Department of Pennsylvania, some 15,000 men and 18 guns. The enemy army is green. Morale reported to be confident. Reports indicate their supply situation is outstanding. Supply state of our army outstanding. Okay, so they will get their reinforcements, pretty sure, from across the river here and across the river here. We enter from here. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. And if we press toward the battlefield aggressively, we might be able to get them in a jam. They're going to be set up here, I'm almost positive. So I would say we get the army on the march. By the way, where are our other forces coming in from? And this is the beauty, is that since we're on the attack, we can kind of wait. We can kind of wait a little bit. 18 hours comes from Bowling Green. Spotsylvania. Chancellorsville. Culpeper Courthouse. Okay. Where's this Bowling Green? Oh, here we are. Bowling Green. All right. So that is Army of the Shenandoah. Interesting that they're going to have them enter down there. Huh. So they're going to enter there. We've got Army or Department of Richmond. They will enter from Bowling Green as well. Okay, so they're going to say that the Army of the Shenandoah has marched around my rear and has managed to join up with the Department of Richmond over on my right. That's kind of funny. Funny how the game puts together, its own dynamic stuff there. But what are you going to do? The game's going to do what the game's going to do. I would say we just need to move out and head toward the Orange Plank Road and at least take it. And once we've taken it, we need to head for the River Road and Taylor's Hill, and we probably need to try to push it. Tough to... I think I want to come up this way. I think I want to come up this way, and I think I want to have my line with the Army of Virginia kind of situated over this way. It's almost like I want to do this so I can say that this is right, and then eventually this may take some like setting up to do. Okay, we're gonna have the army get itself situated here. All right. Beauregard. Bring everybody on out. Let's take Donelson's brigade, or Frost's division, rather. We know this army fairly well, right? McCullough. Let's have S.D. Lee and Hampton be out front. Let's have these batteries kind of coming with them. We'll unlimber, or limber up rather, with them as we get ready here. One of my favorite parts, the deployment phase, as always. All right, the rest of the army. So we'll have Frost's division. Let's see, Rosser. Let's have him limber up, be here. And I'll be used. The other thing that's going to be maybe a little frustrating is toward the end of my Union campaign, right? What I got used to was the troops sticking around. Have Jones here. Wheeler, we'll go ahead and have him be out front. Frost's division will have set himself up right here, be ready to move out. We'll have the bulk of Beauregard's troops under his direct command move out first. Frost will follow them. Okay. Probably could have reorganized the army before we did this, but, you know, hey, it's 1861. And man, I just think maybe we just come on out here. You know, we do like maybe the AI would do, right? Hate to say that, but I tell you what I'll do is I'll jig to at the Cox Farm. I'll jig to this way and come up to the Downman property here, and probably get some artillery set here. Get the army set in this area. You know, we got all these streams here. It's a good place to put the army. I think that's how we'll start, and then we'll be waiting a day to get the other two forces on, and then they'll have theirs on too. I want to hope anyway that they'll have some on the other side of the river and some on this side of the river. That way we can maybe defeat them in detail across two different sides of the river there. But let's go ahead. Let's push the play button. Okay, we're going to have to do this brigade by brigade right here. These guys are going to come up, and we'll put them right by the farmhouse. Then next will be S.D. Lee's brigade, and they'll take this position. McCullough comes next. Wheeler is going to jump out, and we're just going to bring him out to the Cox Farm and have him go there. McCullough jumps out on the road. Next, he ends up just coming around the face that way. Jones, or I'll tell you what, let's get these guns on the move next. Here, the Downman Farm, right? Boom. We got some, I think, who are like in blue. Boom. Oh, no, 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 not that. Here to there. Pathfinding can be a little bit of an issue with Grand Tactician, I can't lie. And I really hope this isn't a whole bunch of anticipation and build up to a fruitless attack. That's the other part that'll be frustrating. We got to do the best we can, you know? We really do. We got to just try and win it still. All right, and we got another new brigade that can go, I'd say, kind of more here. Jones Brigade. Bring him out. Maybe. I think we take Jones, and we bring him to like here. With Walton kind of moving out toward here. All right. We'll look at where Beauregard's putting everybody. It's a little janky in here, right? But we'll fine tune this as everybody gets up there. And then Frost and his whole division, I'm just going to have plunk itself right there. And that'll be what we do for the time being. Take it up to 5 times. And again, we've got control over kind of the pacing of things, right? Yeah, we got some artillery with blue uniforms on. That's something else there, right there. Proud Army of the Confederacy. Say Wheeler's cavalry then comes over here to Salem Church, covering the left now. That's probably where we'll need him. Beauregard moves up, of course, to the Downman Farm. Double time it, brother. Double time it, brother. This is going to be a tough one for me to win, I feel like. We shall see. This whole day is going to go by, though, and I doubt there will be any action. I will say that. I will say that right off the bat. How much? You sure? Okay, got it. This is a very important battle in the East. If we lose this one, we better lose it putting the enemy army in the red, is what I would say. We're going to have to be real tenacious with this one, I think. I don't believe we're going to need to be all that clever. Again, I think them putting this objective backed way up against a pontoon bridge is a mistake for the Yankees. And so I believe, yeah, the battle proper will be happening on June the 6th. And we'll probably wait until maybe the afternoon time to actually launch our attack. Okay, Wheeler, he'll come to here now. Okay, Jones. Let's have him just kind of back it up to right there. That'll be fine. That'll be dandy. Wheeler's going to go take a peek. See what they got for us out here, yo. Let's go right there. Make sure we didn't forget anybody. Nope. So the idea, by the way, in the last battle, I think had everything to do, like I was talking about. I think the Army of Northeastern Virginia, the reinforcement army that they're going to have, which is going to start arriving in the next hour or so, according to my intelligence anyway. And by the way, you can kind of look and see. Yeah, okay, they're on the map now. They are here. So the question is, do we spot them moving anywhere? I don't see any clouds of dust anywhere. I don't believe Patterson is particularly clever. So I got a feeling like, okay, yep, here we go. Now we're seeing something. As expected, Union line looks like it's going to just be right there. Let's have Wheeler stay right there for now. Okay, Jones. That's good. All right, these guns unlimber and come on out to here. You guys come on out to here and also do not fire at will. Not yet, anyway. Unlimber, come out to here. All right. Here comes Walton right here with his light blue attire. I think those are my West Virginians, right? All right. Maybe the Yankees see us forming up a little bit out here. Maybe, just maybe. Ewell's brigade. I like his position. All right. So then next will be a push out, I think, to positions around here. This is pretty well perfect for an attack just right through here. And I think we'll have to just get super aggressive with it. It's my intuition. Walton, send some skirmishers out from here. Jones from here. McCullough here and here. Ewell. Let's bring Ewell to here. Have ourselves a nice looking little line out here. You know, are they? I didn't know that they were brothers. I figured that there might be a relation there, but I could never say that I knew. Reminder to all those who are in tonight watching the stream. There's so many folks who are joining in on this Grand Tactician action. It's so cool. Click that thumbs up button for me if you like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're getting new subscribers by the bucket load these days, so that's cool. More folks jumping in. Of course, do hype the stream. That is such a huge help as far as the algorithm seeing us. So remember all that. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's have Frost's division push out to the Salem Church now. Like so. Okay. And what we'll be able to do, I believe, is kind of craft a situation where we'll be able to put together kind of a believable set-piece battle within the environment where our campaign was showing us the way that the troops are entering the field. I may take all the time to see, because it's going to stay at a minor victory, even though they've got us so badly outnumbered and they have a value 3 objective. I don't believe they're going to be able to make a major victory happen, and we're going to be able to just kind of move at will. That's one thing I love about being on the attack when you're outnumbered by the AI. When you're on the defense and you're outnumbered by the AI and you've got to wait for your troops to come on, you got a little bit more of a problem on your hands because the AI is coming. They are coming for you a lot of the time. You know, they are relentless. All right, so Wheeler's going to get just a tad closer. Let's go double time for you, man. Beauregard himself is going to reconnoiter a little bit. Yeah, we have only really these woods and these woods to hide troops in. I do like an attack through these woods, though. Only bitch will be, although, oh boy, we could probably sneak. That's an idea. That's an idea, guys. Right here at the hill's edge, we could take Frost's division, or maybe some troops from the Army of Shenandoah and Department of Richmond, and just get them in here and moving up. Keep them thinking about something I'm doing out here, maybe, and then just launch a massive assault right up the side of the hill, take the objective, and maybe rout a bunch of their troops and bring the rest of the armies forward. I think I might feel that coming forward as a plan of action, maybe. Oh, I like this intel we've got coming together. Maybe this will work. We'll see. Let's send Beauregard a little further. Oh, no, 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 no. Whew. Almost moved the whole damn army. Helica, good evening. I wouldn't say you necessarily missed anything. We have been obsessed, ensconced in the campaign in Virginia following that early battle defeat, although I would call it more of a probing action and redeployment. Okay, Beauregard can't see for shit. I thought that the general could see a little better than that. All right. Of course, that might also be considered a game exploit. But yeah, after we lost a battle, I mean, we withdrew, right? We withdrew in decent order back west. We were able to bring several forces together, as well as the AI Yankees bringing down their other army. And even with the other two forces I'm able to bring to the field, I think I'll still be quite a bit outnumbered. See, the Army of the Shenandoah is not going to have, they're just going to have Jackson's brigade, plus these two cavalry brigades, one of which doesn't have Jeb Stuart in it. It just has another guy. And then I don't think the Department of Richmond, I'm not sure. They may only have two more infantry brigades for us. We'll have to see. So at this point, yeah, we're going to let time just go. I don't see them anywhere. I don't see them moving. That again, the AI gets in a situation like this, they tend to just want to kind of chill. They get very passive a lot of the time. Patterson is not a particularly aggressive general either. Here we go. Look at the arrow kind of moving our way. That's interesting. All right, let's get Frost out into a line now. Just like so. Afternoon of the 5th passes without too much action really at all. I would say Ewell could probably come over to here. Nope. To here first. William stays where he is, and everybody else stays where they are. Wow, somehow we can't see out that way, huh? Interesting. And a lot of time, when we get into this stage, I'll run it on 5 times. And we're going to take Frost we'll redeploy him with this road on his right. Like that. Deployments, redeployments, moving to and fro. Ewell will follow this up, and he will go in the center right there. And the first day passes. And one thing that helps us, helps them too, is with time passing like it is, we're going to probably improve the morale state of our army a little bit, although we're just stable right here. Okay, we're eager, eager, unstable, eager. Ewell is eager, good. Donaldson, same, unstable, unstable, and unstable for Frost's division, really. Yeah, I would say I'd be really interested, maybe even to test on this situation right here, like, kind of using the tactical battle space to try to do what we intended to do in the campaigns battle space. And just take the time. We just won't get the reinforcements like we would probably prefer. Have you'll scooch. All right. Let's kind of shift the line one more time. Here, here. Cooper stays kind of here, like that. And we'll bivouac for the night. All right. It would be best to make the, I think we do a double envelopment attack with artillery up the center, artillery in the center here. And we just attack from here, and we attack viciously from here. And then hope that the rest of the Yanks don't push us from here. You hate to hope, I guess, but we don't have too much of a choice. We outnumbered. All right. Very good. I like these placements. We're going to be moving into nightfall right here. No big deal. Beauregard stays back by the Dowman house. He'll bed down for the night in the comforts of this headquarters right here. That is where he will eventually gather for a council of war with Generals Johnson, and I do believe Longstreet ends up counseling the commander from, I think Longstreet's, I don't know if he's in this army, but we'll say that, that Richmond sent him or something. I'm thinking Frost's division kind of comes to Mills Farm next. And then we get a bunch of the rest of the army crowded into the Donegan Woods. Artillery moving up this way in the morning. Get closer to them. Get ready for an attack. Into dusk in the twilight. All right, what do we have? 6-pounders across the board, right? 12-pounder field gun. That's nice. Okay. Decent range on those. There it is. End of day. Okay. Very good. Did get our supplies, but we didn't need to resupply a whole lot. And we begin once again with deployment. There we go. Here's Magruder's Department of Virginia. All right, all right, all right. So let's go ahead and we'll bring them as far forward as we can think to realistically do it. And I line them up in line like this along the side of the road because when you just put them in the all columns formation, it keeps them in that formation everywhere they go. I don't love that. General, the Colt revolving rifles with Hood's cavalry. That ain't bad. And we got a little more of this artillery. Let's limber them up. Let's get Magruder here. What is he, a Brigadier General? John B. Magruder in on this battle. Very good. Tell you what, we're going to have him in a single line, by the way. And I almost like how that set him up right there better. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we'll be marching him up here to join. We'll get him up in here, and we'll join at the Orange Plank Road right around this area. Right? So let's go with him. How are we looking, by the way? See, minor victory. Like they're just gonna sit there. I do think they're gonna get their reinforcements, but not much more than that. We've got Springfield rifled musket, very good. The Enfield's fantastic, and this Colt revolving rifle. So the weapons for these guys are pretty good. Pretty not bad. I think we could probably just go ahead and call this. I'll tell you what. Let's take Frost, like we were talking about, and let's bring him. Let's bring his division. Let's just kind of bring it like right here. Except this brigade is going to be positioned more back this way as a reserve. All right. We've got Wheeler's Cav right here. And we'll have them near Banks Ford. And probably send them around the flank. And then the rest of the army I want to have deployed, I think, closer to the Orange Turnpike here. So let's go Ewell. Let's go guns, guns, guns. Here. Here. And here for this deployment. SD Lee's troops come near the crossroad and the woods. Like this. McCullough's brigade. Let's go here. Like so. Jones's brigade. Right here. Covering the road right there. Hampton will be a reserve brigade here. Walton will be a brigade guarding this crossroad for now, with Beauregard moving his headquarters to the Warwick farm. And the army positioned a little bit more like that. As we close in on the Yanks in this coming day, guys, we need to get the whole army in here in order for us to actually have a chance. Right? We're still unstable across the board right here. Eager, unstable, unstable. It won't be their first combat, so there is that. We're going to have to just try to keep this division together. We're going to have to try to keep all these troops together, I think is a big key for us here. Try to keep a nice, solid line best we can as we move forward this whole thing. Let's go ahead, push play ×5 for the next day, or rather, no, push play for starters. Here we are, 5 a.m., and we are looking at the Army of the Shenandoah arriving now in 3 hours, okay, from the same area all the way down this way. Magruder's command is going to set itself up, like I was talking about. We'll start by, so they take the right roads. I want to try to help the AI here a little bit. Let's start by bringing them to the Cox farm, like that. And then we'll bring them up the rest of the way. And we'll go 5 times. And next we'll be ready for Johnson's command to jump in. Down here. And you can still see we're looking good. June 6th, 1861, outside of Fredericksburg, as we arrange the armies for battle. Just kind of stay on the downside slope of everything here. Stay out of their artillery's range. We're not going to use any of our ammunition just yet. I wonder if they redeployed anybody anywhere. I got to think that this whole fighting near the river like this is going to be a blessing for us. I got to believe that. With the way that the AI typically plays this stuff. Of course, there's every possibility that they just crowd a ton of troops near this bridge. And this one too. It's just going to be hard for them to fit a whole other army around here, man. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. Okay, times 20. Let's just take this all the way. And as a matter of fact, at 6 a.m., Wheeler is going to get in order. Start seeing if maybe we can work our way around this fence. Maybe we can find where the other army is. Right? So let's send the cav out on a little reconnoiter. Send them out that way. We'll send Beauregard to the left to make it so that these orders for the cavalry can be sent just a little bit faster. Very well, very well. Okay, Magruder's on his way. Good. Head on, boys. Head on. Here we go. That's a steep climb, gentlemen. Oof. Huffing it. Okay, we don't see anything over here yet. Let's go here. Here we go, gentlemen. Probably. So I think this is an interesting time to bring up something that we learned about. And by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, I dropped a video with an interview of the guys who make this game at Grand Engineer Corps. Oliver Keppelmuller, the CEO, technical lead and code, and Ilya Vara, the design lead for Grand Tactician. And they talked a little bit about how they're going to change things up for the new Napoleonic game, right? And one of the things that they, I think, are probably going to do differently is this whole idea of like an open sandbox, massive battlefield environment where you approach to contact in this manner. I do believe that will be changed and something else will be favored. I don't quite know what. I do like this aspect of the game. I will say, admittedly, I think for most of your casual gamers, it is a part of the game that gets a little bit cumbersome and it takes a little longer than anybody would probably like. Let's bring Magruder's command. Let's bring them for now here. Okay. I like that. I like that. Hampton. Let's bring him out. Shoot, he's unstable though. We'll bring him there. Hampton's Legion, as it were. Yeah. I do. So here's one little bit of historical detail that I really do like. I'm not sure if it changes much. I like that they're using the first national flag as a lot of the battle flags for the units at this stage. I think it ends up changing to where it's the Confederate battle flag at one point, you know? I think that happens. Okay, Wheeler's Cav still hadn't really seen much out here. Suppose we could detach it. Interested to have him look some more, though, that's for sure. Oh, looky here. Okay. All right, we got tricked. Johnson wasn't coming on from way down there. He's coming on from here like he should. Chancellorsville. Fantastic. Okay. So Johnson's army will join, and he'll be right here. Bingo. And we'll just get the army together right here, and we'll start making our plan of attack. Finalizing it and then executing. Since we'll have everybody here, I think we can probably make the attack today, June 6th in game. Let's move forward a bit. Now, another way to go at it actually would be to have brigades moving through here instead of up the slope from here. The problem with that is they've got artillery that's blasting right down this way. Take a break to cough. Sorry, guys. We're back. We're back. We're back. Okay, we need to place these guns. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wheel one battery to here. I'm going to wheel the other one to cover. Should I wheel it to cover the right? I don't think so. I think we pretty much just have it come on the left over here too. Like to say here for now. Okay, let's have Lee push up into the trees. McCullough, same thing. We're gonna get these Yankees looking this way. Okay. None of these troops are going to worry about roads or cover for the time being, okay? Boom. Boom. Frost's troops. They're going to end up, everybody eventually is just going to be stepping right off. Okay, these guns, I want to roll them out here. While we go with these, we'll send these orders out. We're going to take our time here, here, and here. Nobody can shoot yet. Still, this cavalry is going to come forward to here. We're going to get an eye out. Looks like Evans can't see anything in particular over this way. We'll bring him forward a tad. Walton, he's going to stay out on the right, and I think he's just going to keep an eye out there. All right, we've got these boys getting themselves set up. Pendleton's artillery is in a real good spot here. Let's go no fire at will and come forward to there. These guns to here. Go, go, go. Okay, McCown's cannons, they will come to here from Frost's division, and now Frost's troops are going to get a move on. We'll bring you here, and you here with Donaldson in reserve stacked here. Ewell jumps in here. And see, yeah, now we see Union troops that have redeployed, it looks like, down onto the actual bluffs near the river a little bit. And they've crowded as many more as they can right over here, it looks like. I think their next army is right here. Let's see with Wheeler's troops what we can see. All right, Jackson. All of these guys are going to move forward now. Down against this stream. Okay. Hampton's going to come out to here. So, yeah. Yeah, they just brought a bunch of people right there. Okay. So we probably we probably will be able to push real hard right here. And we may be in good shape here. Tough to say for sure. Pendleton's guns could open fire pretty soon, but they won't yet. Gonna move up. Here we are at 11:07 a.m. as this battle gets underway, boys. They crowded right around here. The AI giving us a little bit of a blessing, I'm going to say, because they're going to have a really hard time dealing with being pushed up against the river like this. What we're probably going to have to say from a narrative sense in order to get this to sell, I guess you might say, is that we were able to catch them, say, as they were trying to make their way across the river, and Beauregard and Johnson were able to rally for a big attack, right? Let's have Johnson come to here. Stewart's cavalry, right? Hood stays where he is, getting everybody moving. Get everybody redeployed. These two, I think, turn into a little bit of a reserve. Let's just swing them up against the fence like that and that. With Frost moving ahead right there. And we'll have our kind of little grand battery take shape. We'll probably push everybody forward, say to this part of the field here, here, and here, like that. And we'll be going in, boys. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me know about the audio issue again. Appreciate you. I really appreciate your guys' patience with that. I continue to struggle a little bit with making that up to snuff, and I am going to get better. I know it. I know it. I think maybe Ewell and Jones become more of a reserve. We'll see. Okay, we're working a minor defeat now because we've let them hold on to the victory location for so long, I think is what the deal is there. Looks like Union artillery is opening up on us moving here. So I would say actually Jones. Let's have McCullough, Lee, Ewell, and Jones. These guys are all eager. Okay. They all help make the attack here in this area. All right, we got the Yanks on the move, I think, right here. We need to go, go, go now. McCullough comes forward. Boom. All right, Lee to here. No, no, no. No, no, don't do that. Don't worry about the roads or cover. Lee, come on to here. I don't want you to go that way. I really don't. I just want you to go here now. All right, here they're going to get on the move best they can. Walton here. Hill is going to get some skirmishers out, and I think we're going to have ourselves a battle. Here comes Jackson. Let's go with him right here. They're going to move forward. You see it. So they're going to try to get their troops out of this jam. We got to try best we can to keep them in it. Fire at will. Once you get to your spot, you guys go ahead and you open up. Here we go. We got to push, push, push now. Cox Brigade. You're going to go all the way out to here. Withers to here. Cooper to... Nope. That's the whole division. Nope. Cooper out to here. And Donaldson right to here. All right. We got skirmishers going out there. Good. We got 2 divisions in front of us, really. Bryan, skirmishers, please. Jackson, same. Hampton, come on out right here, man. All right, Evans, you get in here. Double time it. And let's get Jones right there. And we'll get Ewell right in here. And we'll open up first shots of the battle for the Confederates as our attack moves ahead to take Taylor's Hill. And the Yankees are going to try to get themselves out of a jam crossing the river right here. We're going to start our way up this hill right here. We're going to get the skirmishers involved. Go, go, go. Let's go here too. The battle begins. We're going to move up the hill like that. Jackson is going to get himself in order. Bryan's skirmishers are going to come up. Bryan's brigade is going to come up. Okay, now Magruder. I'm going to have him jump into an attack. Okay. Johnson, I'm going to have jump into an attack. Beauregard, attack. And I think now what we will say here is that it is in God's hands. Because most of our officers now have AI orders. Our micro will matter for almost nothing at this point, because they won't do what we want them to do, most likely. Got a lot of rebel or Yankee guns down here. And we got ourselves quite a battle now. Skirmisher's going to come out on the flank right here. Fighting up Taylor's Hill from down this side. Good. Let's go double time with you boys. Run. Run on up there. Skirmishers, go. Run. These boys. Okay, we've got our orders out. Everybody's going to be going on the attack. SD Lee. We need to get our cavalry up behind the infantry line. Best we can. If they'll follow our orders, of course. Okay, Beauregard moves the main headquarters to the Mills farm. Johnson moves his forward nearer to the Alsop farm. And this thing will be underway, y'all. Yankees going to try to force their way out here a little bit. Fire. We'll have D.H. Hill's brigade engage over here on the right. Be lovely if we can just crush them right here, man. This is what we hope for. There, go. You boys, let's go. Okay, Jackson, or Wade Hampton, rather, is still unstable. Let's have him attack these guys. The guns. Yeah. Okay, Hood is going to come over here and help out. Jackson is disrupted. His regiments are having a hard time making progress in orderly fashion. But we're going to try to get his brigade forward there. We're under attack orders across the board, gentlemen. Here we go. Attack. Attack. Yep, keep going. These boys. Keep going. Oh, we're bringing Walton this way. We're bringing Early this way. Let's have Wheeler get set right here. Frost is on an attack. He's reestablishing his division here. Not exactly sure why, but that's what he's doing. All right, we're going to dismount loose order with Evans, and we're just going to bring him to here. And the battle well underway now, gentlemen. Here we go. All the maneuvering is done. Okay, these skirmishers, Jackson's skirmishers, I do believe need to fall back. They're under intense pressure by this brigade here. Jackson's brigade making its way forward now. They've got their Enfields. Let's get Hampton engaged. Right there. All right, we're going to move some artillery up. I like it. Stewart's brigade of cavalry. Again, we're looking to use the cavalry as a morale boost more than anything else. Pendleton's 12-pound Napoleons. Wow, I bet you they're doing a number out here. I'd say we move them. Move them up. Boom. Let's go, boys. All right. Might be looking all right here. Let's advance if we can. We've got Jubal Early's brigade that's going to come on this side. And now our skirmishers will get themselves real well involved. Jackson's still trying to get up front. Bryant's still doing the same, although he's going to extend out this way now. Okay, our plan is being thrown out by our AI commanders right now. That's for sure. We're going to see what they decide to do here. They're going crisscross applesauce with a whole bunch of troops. We got our skirmishers engaged, and that's fine. I would love to see a nice push over here by Frost. He's going to push Donaldson up. He's going to leave his other troops back because they, I think, have low morale. I think that's the issue with Frost's troops. A little bit, Sheffield's brigade is the one that we might have a little trouble with out here. You've got D.R. Jones getting involved with him. Could we get Koch's brigade attacking right here, perhaps? Donaldson is already on his way there. But Koch would be good to add to the attack right there, I think. Dude, this makes me nervous. Yeah, big Yankee stack here. I mean, they could try to work around this way on the right, I guess. I don't know how that's going to work out for them, though. Let's take D.R. Jones ahead. Hampton's brigade pushed back, it looks like. Got some skirmishers on the run. This small cavalry contingent right here, again, just kind of more for morale than anything else. S.D. Lee's being sent further off to the right. Come on, Donaldson. These boys need to attack and push, push, push. Let's have Ewell, if we can, push here. Ewell and D.R. Jones may be the key for our drive to Taylor's Hill. Oh, boy. Quite an epic engagement here to start off the war. Summer 1861. Spring, summer. Catching the Yankees trying to cross the river. Catching the Yankees trying to cross the river. We already got units low on ammunition. Hill. Okay, okay, okay. Stewart's brigade will be sent over here. Again, cavalry. Major assistance with morale right here. Let's mount up and let's get to here. I kind of like the way it's looking here. You boys get back out in your line. Open fire on those guns. 1,500 Confederates against this battery. Fantastic. Waiting for our orders here. Beauregard, what are you doing, buddy? We need to get these guys back. Walton, bring your skirmishers back. McCullough, same thing. All right, D.R. Jones' attack is going in against Sheffield. Attack. Skirmishers back out. Let's go. Fire. All right, now let's have these skirmishers lay down. Oh, no, 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 no. Just open up. Just open up against them. Go, go, go. We've got Ewell's brigade coming for that. All right, we drove off those artillery crews. Good. Okay, we're rolling them up from over here. Donaldson, come on here. Coke. Right here. Flanking Runyon. Jackson's brigade comes forward. Schofield's going to get hammered, man. Charge move up there. Here comes McCullough. He's going to drive forward. We did a good job. I think our generals did a good job of setting a good defensive line this way so we could swing the door on Taylor's Hill. Maybe swamp them. Cooper's brigade. Let's bring them here. Let's bring them here. Hampton, unstable. Let's bring them to protect these guns. And then the rest of the army just kind of pushes here in the center. A major battle here between D.R. Jones and this brigade. We are too close to get skirmishers out. Ewell awaits his new orders to move forward to there. We need these guns right here. We need them firing right there. We need these guns helping D.R. Jones out here. We need Jackson going up there to fight him as well. Jackson not performing to his historical highs here. His unit is just sitting here right now. It's just sitting here right now. Got to try to get them on the move. D.R. Jones is doing it all by himself out here. He's got him on the fallback, though. That's the good news. Nice. Okay, and here comes Ewell. Good, good, good. McCullough comes forward. Right there. Up Taylor's Hill. Up the slope. More skirmishers engaging along here. That's fine. We'll have SD Lee coming forward to here. Good. I like that. All credit to a less than stellar AI for giving us a chance to pigeonhole them in over here. I want these guns with Randolph. Come right out this way. Charge, move to there. These guns here, come forward. These guns, come out here. Get yourself a nice clear field of fire. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Let's have Hood's cavalry move more over this way. Come on, Jackson, get in there. All right, we've got the woods right here. D.R. Jones' brigade still in a little bit rough shape right this way. Here's Ewell, good. All right, let's take that gun right there. I need Frost. Where's Frost at? Right here? Get him up here with his troops. Go, go, go. Boy, I'd be love to see the Yanks start routing from around here. Here comes Jackson. Out in the open right here. Okay, we made some skirmishers run off good. We got some skirmishers of ours on the move. Jackson's going to come right up in their face. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Open up, boys. Open up. Yeah. Yeah, Jackson's boys with their Enfields. They are confident. We're going to fall back with them right there. All right. The Yanks have managed to drive some troops up the edge of the bluffs there. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, gentlemen, we have sour news to report as Jackson has been wounded already. Oh, no. Here we go. Hit him. Okay. Double time it, boys. These guns need a double time. Go, go, go. Yep, yep, yep. All right, Hampton. There you go. That's fine with me. These guns here, keep it up. Withers. Forward. Cooper, forward. The attack right here. This is where it's at. Jackson, can you get some skirmishers out? Yes. McCullough comes forward here. Hood, dismount. Dismount in loose order. Take these guys on. Go. Ah, Jackson broke. Good thing McCullough's there. No, no. You go there. Okay. Jackson broke in the center. As the battle rages on this side near the Taylor farm. Tough to say who's going to get the upper hand here. McCullough came forward, thank God. D.R. Jones still stable. He's going to fall back, though. Okay, we got ourselves a fight on our hands now. Yankees managed to get more troops across. McCullough, no, do not do that. You just stay right here. We got a counterattack by Federal Brigade right here. By Slemmer's brigade. You go ahead, you take him, Ewell. Koch's brigade, you go ahead, you take him. Oh, shit. Hood, why did you ride up there? Oh, no. Retreat. Hood rides up front instead of dismounting. Not quite sure what happened there. Okay, Hampton's going to fall back. Halt. No, I want your long-range shots going in right there on Slimmer. Stay laid down right here. Fine. Okay, now I think we need to revert to Frost being on a screen. Magruder being on a screen. Beauregard, same. Beauregard, I'm going to bring forward a bit. Jackson's going to come back here. Johnson goes to a screen. That way, I think they'll be better about actually pulling their troops back when they need to. Okay, McCullough's got a little momentum here. No, stop. Fire on them. Oh my God, no. What are you guys doing? McCullough, what are you doing? See, so here's where I'll complain a little bit about the AI. Okay? A little bit. Just want it to turn and shoot right there. Okay, Slimmer's been routed. Fantastic. From this side. Koch's brigade. Donelson's brigade. Let's go here and here. Koch and Donelson on the left from Frost's vision. Looks like we're going to bring up Cooper and Withers. Our guns are wailing away. It looks like from pretty short range. We got a nasty battlefield right here, boys. Holy smokes. Yeah, Hood is a maniac is what happened. Yeah, no joke there. We have kind of two battles that have developed. One over this side, the left. Fire on them. Go. Donelson. Yeah, go there. McCullough's going to pull back into the woods again. He's nervous. Beauregard needs to come closer to the front. Walton, why don't you come up the hill a bit? SD Lee is doing fine. Right? I think. Pretty well disrupted in here. Exhausted and disrupted. At this point, we really just need to kill Yanks. Whatever we can do to kill Yanks. Using our artillery, using the woods. Let's lay down with McCullough, yeah. Just like that. We're just going to let the artillery go for a bit here. Let's take Ewell. Let's push him up. Advance. Thank God for those Mississippi rifles. D.R. Jones. Kind of need him. Sour disappointment about Jackson right off the bat. Ends up wounded. Go figure that. Okay, here comes Walton. Thank goodness. This is the battle that was supposed to happen. Oh, Koch breaks. Cooper. What are you doing, man? We do still have troops right here. That's nice. Okay, let's fire right there. On these guns like this is fantastic. We have them outgunned on this side. So we might be able to just let this thing play and just blast them. Just blast them. Ewell's brigade right here in the line. Be able to add a little infantry fire into the mix. That'll be fine with me. Need Cooper's brigade. Get itself engaged. Coke runs back. I don't know where exactly he's going. I don't think they're going to be able to dig themselves out of this over here. At least it doesn't seem like it. Let's send Evans' cavalry forward to here. And right now, we are at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The attack's starting right around noon, so it's been about a 2-hour bloody fight here. Looks like Donaldson's got a flank out this way. All right, let's go, boys. Charge move up there, if you'll do it. Cooper. Yeah, we continue to just hammer away with guns. I think I'm fine. Fine letting that be, man. Skirmishers and guns. Skirmishers and guns. Okay, skirmishers and guns. Main brigade, lay on down, please. All right. We might be doing okay here. Campaign might get a whole lot better here. I don't know. I feel optimistic right now. As we re-engage with, I think that's Sheffield or Schofield. Ewell continues to pour it on from over here, his 1,500 men. And Donaldson will pour it on from the flank. Those Mississippi rifles, man, I think those things are just going to be totally clutch. We'll keep D.R. Jones back a bit so that the artillery can hammer away and have these skirmishers make sure these guys are standing up for the artillery to blast. We're breaking them! Ewell's breaking them over here. Oh, this is looking okay right now. I was a little discouraged earlier when Jackson broke. Okay, he's back to unstable. We're going to have to bring him here. Koch's brigade right there. I'd say we take Frost. Bring him over to rally those boys. Oh, man, I think we're looking good. They're breaking. Let's just swing around like here. Bingo. Ooh. Nasty flank fire right there. We got a lot of bluebellies out in the field here, I gotta say. Okay, he's gonna run D.R. Jones forward now. I still want him to have his skirmishers out. Same with McCullough. This artillery's doing a good job. Let's go ahead and have Ewell. No, I guess not. D.R. Jones' charge moves forward. At the Taylor farm, we're going to come up over this dip here, this rise. All right, D.R. Jones, bring your skirmishers back in. Open up on them from up there. Good, good, good. That works for me. All right, boys. Okay, now, this is looking better. As they've got troops here that are just in a bad way. Ah, SD Lee got broke. God dang it. Walton, fresh brigade coming up. He's going to get ordered forward. And by the way, I put the Army in a screen stance as kind of a default. They do a better job pushing units out and pulling them back when you've got them on a screen command. Who is that brigade? King's brigade, and then Sherman. Those are the ones that are left. We'll have Ewell continue pressing here. We'll have our guns scooting up. Advance and fire with the cannon. Walton comes up here, and we'll have like a 4-on-2 or a 5-on-2 on this side. Donaldson's here. Let's have him move forward if we can. The AI might not do it. Here we go. Walton's going to come up, open up, bingo. Beautiful, boys, beautiful. Now it should be a turkey shoot down in here, by God. Put up the rebel yell. Open up. Fire on these boys down in here, gentlemen. I believe it'll be a matter of time before we break these guys. I believe. There's still not a lot that they're going to be able to do against my right flank, it would appear. You got S.D. Lee's troops moving back. They are on a lost resilience route right there. Damn it. Let's have this cavalry move forward. You almost have kind of like a little, like a quasi-reverse bull run going on here a little bit. That's the way I'd say it. These Mississippi, I cannot wait to do these legacy rifles. The combat intense over here at Taylor's Hill. Wow. I got a lot of Union dead out here, dead wounded. We got another broken brigade. Beautiful. D.R. Jones and Ewell have been doing the work. Let's go, boys. Fantastic. Okay, we'll have one more left guarding the objective along with some backup that's way down the embankment right here. Union troops taking cover from artillery fire, praying for their mothers. Let's go, boys. Here we go. If we take it, we can get some artillery up here to just hang on. And I mean, I think we get one brigade on it. We take it. Then we let them try to attack up the slope here if they want. And I would say I'm really impressed with the way that our units are standing in a lot of spots along the line. Early in the war, 1861, you don't get quite as much of that. They end up running on you. Here's Withers. Let's bring him here. Let's bring Hampton back forward to here. McCullough pulled back, and that's fine. He let Walton move forward. Walton here is in good order, and they're doing fine. Morale's good. McCullough's skirmishers are still out, but they'll be pulling out here in just a minute. Let's go ahead. Yeah, off they go. D.R. Jones is going to lay down. We're going to let these guns do the work right here. Boom. 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 We've got ourselves kind of our own little grand battery up here. Boom. As we run off, Sherman's brigade, I do believe, is who we have right there. Beauregard up here at the front. Oh no, Rosser got wounded. Randolph. Elzey's good. Boy, Ewell's troops have been doing fantastic. And then all they have in Donaldson's way are this cavalry over here. Let's go ahead and push forward on them. Okay. I think we will have this objective, gentlemen. Let's go grab those guns right there, just for fun. This is something we kind of need to focus on a little bit. Is grabbing public property. Let's come up here. Yeah, that's fine. You can call it a retreat move, no problem. The more enemy cannon we take, the better. That is something. Cooper is apparently broken without ever having entered the fight. That's interesting. 12-pound field gun. Okay, there goes Sherman. And here we go. We'll be taking control of Taylor's Hill right here. Let's wheel this way. Let's have D.R. Jones. I think we might replace him with Hampton here along the line and his long guns. And then Ewell is still doing real good. Let's have him push out his skirmishers again. Where are they? Oh, they grabbed a cannon over here. That's right. Shoot. I'm sorry, guys. No, I want you to stay there. Never mind. Okay, we've got the objective. And it says we're still working a minor defeat right here. But now we are on defense. So the Yanks have to come after us now. D.R. Jones is going to come forward now. Okay, McCullough needs to come back at some point, I do believe. And then I think if we can hold on to this objective for the remainder of the day. So we're at 3:15 p.m. now. Our attack has been successful thus far in taking the objective. They're stuck on the reverse side of a steep embankment here. And it's looking pretty good for us. Overall, we've got fresh troops on this side, which is nice. Jackson could get back in the action here. They're nervous. Let's at least deploy them. Koch is back. Like that. Okay, you got our army that's going to try to pursue them down the side of the embankment in large part right here. It looks like we're falling back here. Oh, we're a little tired, I think. Okay. So, let's have these guns scooch best we can. Right here. Right here. We got those guns forward good. Let's have these guns move here. Koch moves out. Frost is here. McCown's battery is our best battery. I'll have to remember that. And I think we'll be moving over to a minor victory soon enough. D.R. Jones going against some skirmishers. Can we send his out? No. He's at a loss resilience situation. I would say he probably needs to back up. But he's not going to do it. D.R. Jones is determined out here to keep the pressure on. We'll have Walton push out that way. Luckily, we'll have stuff behind D.R. Jones' brigade to help. Cooper's men don't want to fight, it looks like. That's too bad. Yeah, I'd say this is kind of the status quo, and we just keep it here. Really. You know, we're playing defense now, and the Yankees are going to have to be, you know, clever, I guess. I don't know how they think they can take back what they've lost here. Best they can probably do is just push, push, push. Okay, McCullough's going to come down here and replace for DR. DR Jones, I need you guys to retreat right now. You guys need a rest. Retreat. Okay, he is going to get... I think that brigade is going to get some nice experience out of this. We're going to have Ewell and DR Jones getting promotions to Brigadier General for sure. 100%. They basically have done all the fighting with their with our artillery support. We're going to have some promotions for artillerymen after this, assuming we finish with the victory here. Let's come down and grab these guns. Go, go, go. Can we bring cavalrymen down to grab guns? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, now the Yanks can be trying to counterattack. You can see it. They'll push out some skirmishers to try to come right up to the Taylor farm. Oh, that looks kind of cool. And you'll see Walton's brigade encounter them as the Yanks are going to try best they can to push back up the hill. But our yippin' rebel troops here have them at the ass end of the bluffs and in a real tight spot. Our cavalry along the line under Colonel Evans right here, Colonel Nathan Evans cavalry, holds a real nice spot in the line against their skirmishers right there. Oh, I didn't see Cooper taking it in the teeth over there. Is that what was going on? There was some bombardment that the AI was doing that Cooper was being subject to, I think. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. All right, so now we'll take McCullough out, and he'll take a position along the line here. I'm fine with that. Walton's brigade's going to be tested out here for a while, and he's just got to have ammo. I think he's just got to have ammo. I really want to drag these cannon out of here. I have a feeling part of what the Yanks are doing right here is protecting those guns. But what a first battle here, man, huh? Let's see here. Do we want to get aggressive? I'm not sure. I got a feeling like since we have the superior ground at this point, we just let the Yanks figure out how they maybe want to come and take it back. They got to break through here, really? This looks like where we lost most of our men. No, don't. Okay, so we're going to put DR Jones over there. No, 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 no. 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 Nah. No, sir. Okay, everybody now, Beauregard goes on a defend. Okay, Johnston goes on a defend. And Frost, same thing. Let's have Jackson's brigade come to here. So Jackson, wounded. He won't get promoted here right after this battle. No, sir. Beautiful. Okay, McCullough comes up. Fire down the slope at these Yankees who are trying to attack up the slope there. You'll still have Ewell right here. Good. His skirmishers on these cavalry. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to get up. Charge move. Fantastic with Donaldson. Good, good, good. Let's take advantage of that. Bam. Open up on those cavalrymen. Right here along the bluff side. Fantastic. That's fine with me. And we'll go ahead and set up a nice position right there along the farm. Okay, these men, come down here. Go, go, go. Here you go. You got wave after wave of Federal skirmishers that are trying to move up this side of the bluff right here at Taylor's Hill. I think we end up having to call this the Battle of Taylor's Hill, potentially. Withers is going to be sent forward. Would you look at this? What are they doing? Okay, we're driving these guys off, man. Fantastic. And maybe we will have a Confederate victory like was the case in history where the Yankees go running. Let's have Wheeler's cavalry. Just have itself in a position to maybe capitalize here on a little bit of this stuff. As we get into late afternoon, we're a little after 4 p.m. in the battle now. Oh man, this has been pretty good. Uh-huh. Full speed ahead. Just go right at him. Just go right at him. Love to get Jackson's brigade forward, but doesn't look like he wants to be any part of this. Or whoever took his place. Maybe we'll wound Sherman here. Wheeler's cavalry. It's going to cause a mess in their rear. Fantastic, fellas. Fantastic indeed. Against all odds, the Confederate Army, outnumbered, manages to catch the Yankees trying to cross the river, we'll say. Wink, wink. And deal, I think, a decisive defeat to them. We shall see here. We're at a minor victory now. I don't imagine. I mean, how much of a travesty would it be among the papers in the North to hear that after the capture of Taylor's Hill by the Confederate Army, that the Union commanders, out of desperation and driven by their ego, would launch their brigades in hopeless uphill attacks along the bluff side to try to retake the battlefield objective. I think a lot of Union men, a lot of prominent Union men may lose their jobs over this thing. We'll see. So the battles in Grand Tactician still, you know, a little hanky-janky in some ways, right? In some spots. Still fun, in my opinion. I still get the biggest kick out of fighting these battles because of the context, man. You know, it's still fun. I like the campaign side of things. It's the reason why I love this game more than the others. But what I love about this game too is that it gives you the ability to fight these battles like this with all of the commanders, you know, and all of the cool historical feeling type of brigades and other formations, and, you know, give you reasons to promote guys and demote guys and replace guys in the campaign mode, in the campaign layer. So Grand Tactician just so great for that. I'm not over it. I can't get past it. Bryan's brigade, which came out here on the right. Let's go ahead and bring them down. Fine. But you knew in the beginning of the battle, as we were kind of setting the attack up, the AI Yanks kind of figured out that they were hemmed in and decided to move out at us. I might have, if I was in a more charitable mood in my gameplay here, I might have had a little bit of mercy on him if the battle wasn't such an important one. Losing Richmond early like this would be pretty embarrassing here for the stream, so I wasn't about to just let that happen. That's for sure. But here you have some of the final positions of both armies. It looks like here we should be able to mop this thing up, man. A lot of mop-up work here, it seems like. Wheeler's going to make a move here. Or not. Let's do that. Send it on into the evening. And who knows? I mean, we may have a situation here where the Yankees decide to redeploy. Who is that into the chat with a $10 donation? It's none other than the Meat Cutter, one of my favorite members. Brother, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Man who earns comes here and pays for the pleasure. Much respect. Much respect. And oh boy, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. What is it you had to say? Good fighting. You've been keeping me company while I count inventory at work. Get them scared and then keep the scare on them. You got that right. You got that right, sir. Keep the scare on them indeed. They're forced, I think, to just try to come straight up Taylor's Hill right here. I think that's the only choice they really have as far as trying to counterattack and earn themselves a victory. This is where their road is. You know, that's really where their only avenue of attack is right through here. And it's a kill zone in there. Boy, we are looking pretty good. We've got all this artillery up on the heights right here. Yeah. Okay, Wheeler's cavalry has gotten itself in real trouble. He's broken now. A little glitchy. That kind of adds to the ambiance, though. Looks like in their retreat they managed to break a dismounted cavalry brigade for the Union, or an infantry brigade there. I'm not sure. Guys that were wearing gray. That's funny. We got a lot of fire coming down here. Wow. I do believe we're going to see the AI Yanks retreat here, I think. Boy, if we have another day of battle here, a 2-day battle to start the war. All right, at this stage, I think I'd like to take a look at HQ and the strength report. So, okay, here you see they've lost 5,500. All right, more than us, but they still outnumber us by a good bit. So they may fight on, maybe. They may redeploy and try to take this hill back from us. We'll see. Right now, we're just going to be kind of chilling, guys. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause it. I need to refill and get the mason jar filled with some NA beer here as we finish this out. We can all just kind of chill and hang out while this part of the battle wraps up. Kind of fun just to watch the action unfold, of course. I don't want to leave it behind. I don't feel that confident, I guess you might say. So I'll have to kind of leave it on pause in game anyway and bring up... Get out of here. We're back. We're back. I see that. So I need to look through some messages, right? We'll let this thing roll. So Wheeler whipped, Jones low. Everybody's low on ammo. That's, I think, maybe gonna be our problem. So is somebody missing in action? Who was missing in action? Who was missing in action there, Helica? Remind me. Everybody is pretty much low on ammo, I think. Yep, low. Not him. Not him. McCullough, no. Walton, getting low. Withers, no. Part of Frost's division. Bryan's brigade's doing fine on ammo. Yeah. The answer, yes. Does it say captured? Okay, captured. Somebody captured? Jackson wounded. Jackson Beauregard on destination. Rosser wounded. Frost at destination. Wheeler whipped. Wheeler losing men. So is it Wheeler maybe? Oh. All of our frontline guys are still alive and still there. It looks like Evans, Withers. Jackson is wounded. Hampton, Koch. Yeah, I mean everybody's still there. Our artillery is low, low, low. Not there and not there and low, low, low. Low, 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 and low. Yeah. Okay. That, I suppose, will remain our main issue, is ammunition. Maybe the Yanks can redeploy over this way. Maybe push this side in a day 2 or day 3 as the case may be. Push this side here and drive us back on our supply route here, maybe. It must have been Wheeler. It must have been Wheeler. It must have been. And I think he is already maybe run all the way off the map. Or is this him here? Okay, Wheeler, MIA. Yeah, okay, so he got captured for sure. We ran him back there in the rear, and he was capturing prisoners for a while, and then he got himself captured, I think. All right, broke another Yankee brigade right there. Let's go ahead and have Bryan get an order in a late day action to make an attack of his own over here on this side. Taylor's Hill holding strong in the background, you can see there. Go ahead, advance. Have these skirmishers run out. Have these skirmishers run out. Okay. I think I see him on the run. I think I do. I think the Yankees' morale is broken, boys. I think it just might be. Fantastic. Let's get some skirmishers out. Okay, McCullough's going to detach some guys here. Good. Let's do this. Let's start taking all this public property. Oh, they won't go. Will they? Huh. All right, turn these guns around for sure. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. And they've got some ammo. 10-pound Parrott rifles. 4 of them. They're ours now. And that's going to be the big thing about this victory. Of course, assuming that we go ahead and mark off a victory here. We're going to redeploy. We're going to have all of our cannon on this bluff right here, because if they do try to attack, we'll be able to fire down on them from the bluff, supporting our defense. I believe that's the only thing that they can do. That, or again, try to come up straight up this way, but I just don't think they're going to do that. There's just a bunch of dead Yankees over here. We're going to pretend like we can't see these cannon firing straight into the side of a rock surface. That's funny. You can pardon. It's not as much a prisoner exchange as it is going to one of your prison camps and just pushing the pardon button. And it basically empties out the whole prison camp. Let's just have this brigade go here. Why not? Okay, Stewart's cavalry come forward here. We're going to end up replacing them. We're going to say that was Jeb Stuart all along. Wink, wink. Okay, here they go. They're going to just pile more. I was wrong. I don't think they're on the retreat at all. Doesn't seem that way. We got these 10-pound Parrots right here that are just going to pump down the hill right on them as they try to make their way up. It seems as though the Yankees are not going to give it up here, man. It's a little nuts. It's a little crazy. No, no, no. Oh, nice. Okay, we're breaking this unit right here. Pouring in a hot fire on this unit that got bogged down. And they're going to try and send a unit charging up the slope. Looks like. Here they go. Next brigade up behind them. Got these troops broken. Cannot help but think we got nothing but mop-up duty going here, but we will see for sure. Let's go ahead and go here. Now it's McCulloch and Walton's battle, really, at this point. McCulloch and Walton holding here at Taylor's Hill with 10-pound Parrots. Let's go ahead and let's back them up. Yep, they're not going to do it. You have a desperate last attack by Pierce and Arthur's brigades. It looks like of Sumner's division. They're going to try to retake the objective right here. but they have been sent to ground, it looks like. Ooh. Okay, you got 2 units here that don't have a ton of ammo left that'll be firing down along with that Parrot. Fantastic. Here goes Brian's brigade on the side over here. Good. Let's keep these skirmishers. Yeah, these skirmishers can get out there with their Enfields. Good. Walton's got some nice backup. I like that with Withers. Fantastic. Brian got stonewalled out on this side. Whew. All right, just passing 6 p.m. here on June the 6th. After a bloody and terrible day of fighting in this alternate history Civil War action. Stop on the recording there. Very well, very well. Just a thick, nasty barrage, man. Okay, Cooper's now coming forward. Look at this. Frost is going to send his worst brigade in. Cooper is going to come straight down the side of Taylor's Hill. And its own version of a little nasty madman kind of counterattack. This is crazy stuff right here. I don't understand it. Here comes Cooper's brigade in an absolutely insane counterattack. We're going to drive off these Federals as they lay down. You know, they've gone to ground here trying to come and take the hill. Cooper's troops were not going to be left out of this fight. Yeah, but they're going to break. Took too many casualties there. Yeah. Had a whole bunch of them wanted to come down and die. I'm not quite sure what Frost thought that he was going to achieve with that little attack there. But we'll go into the night with the lines still ablaze in combat, but with us in solid control of the battlefield. That's for sure. Still have plenty more Union troops here. AI doesn't have any more cannon, is kind of the thing. We do have an open road. Oh, D.R. Jones finally took off. We're moving further toward a major victory now. And looking pretty good. Jubal Early. Could we do something creative with him? Let's maybe take his AI off real quick. I just don't know. He's just not in a good spot to really do anything. He could come down here near Brian and just add to the punishment on Pierce. kind of like that. Take Stewart's cavalry, perhaps. No, not like that. Right here. Get out on the flanks out there. Try to wrap this thing up. All right, let's bring it up to 2 times. So, what I'm thinking maybe here is that we go to medium range here and here. Really need these guns taken right here. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Take them. Right click. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then we'll lay down. The last move they have left is to take this division and just charge up the hill. Okay, we're going to stop firing, I think. Not quite. Let's go engage at short range. We'll let the cannons continue to pound away. 6:35, approaching 7 and 8 and darkness. Look at all the artillery we have now. A bunch of it is captured Yankee guns, man. How about that? I think I'd like to take Early's brigade right here. Just have them charge move to there, and so they can be here to fight. He hasn't fired his guns at all, so there's no way they're low on ammo. No, they've got 60 bullets and all that. That's Magruder's boys. All right, back to 2 times. Not sure what they're doing there. This will be perfect. That's good. Get those guys standing up. That works fine. Let's get these 10-pounders out of here. Get off your AI. Let's have these boys get back to where they're engaging at long range again. We'll open up from the top now that we've got Early's brigade waking them up. Right. I'd really just like to get these cannon to back up a bit. There you go, retreat. Oh, I think they're going to try to fire from across the river right there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite. Helica, that's, you know, again, quirks of Grand Tactician a little bit. You live with it a little bit here. I'm loyal to this game because, you know, I just love it so much, man. So I just play through the little quirky things. Let's engage right here. Let's keep it going. Engage at long range. Okay, Early's just gotten himself into probably a bad spot here. He knows it. Okay, so we got a hit. I got an assault here. Charge. Fire. Might have ourselves a melee right at the top. Looks that way to finish off the evening's fighting. Early comes forward. Ends up taking some fire in the flank from troops across the little creek there. Oh no, McCullough gets himself in a melee right there. It's a good thing we're going to have Withers here that can take that spot on the line. Oh, okay. All right. I think we broke those Yankees, boys. Look at that. Fire. Fire. McCullough, he gets a promotion for sure. This late evening attack from Early, McCullough, and Walton. Maybe it'll seal the deal. Go, fire there. He's getting his dander up and chasing him back down the hill. We need to stop and fire, boys. Oh no, did they break too? Okay, we made them run too. Oh boy. This is looking good. McCullough, a hero of the day right here. Except Early now breaks. Well, a little impromptu counterattack, you might say there. I didn't necessarily mean for it to go like that, but it did. Here's McCullough, a little bit low on ammo. Boom, gonna fire from up top of the bluff. Fantastic, holy smokes. Yes, sir. Seems like we might have whipped him. Seems like we might have whipped him here today. Wires hot. Messages back to Washington. Whew. I gotta say, I was pretty nervous about this one coming in. Nope. Not doing that. Okay, we got Pendleton over here firing good. Oh my goodness. Okay, they've lost 7,500 now to our 4,100. We've got them out, I mean, 3, almost 4 to 1 killed. So, okay. I don't think they're going to just run off until they've lost 30% of their men. But it's looking like they're liable to run off here eventually. Hey, captured another gun down here? Let's have Walton push forward. Why not? And Jackson's brigade to finish the day. We'll see if, despite being wounded, Jackson's brigade might be able to do something for us here to wrap the fight up. I don't know. We'll see. Whoo, boy. Yeah, it looks to me like they're running. Yes, sirree. Yeah, they're breaking. Yep. It's just about ours, boys. Oh, my compliments on a convincing and decisive victory here. As you can see. Fantastic, gentlemen. We got 41 minutes to try and round up prisoners, right? Off they go. Well, they got guys guarding most of their routed troops right now, so. There's McDowell. Off he goes. Goodness. I'd love to just go melee in there, but I think I'd lose a whole bunch of cavalry. So I won't do it. We're going to run both of these Union forces. This is the really good news. These guys, both of these Union armies are going to be run all the way into the red. So they will be nigh on useless. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go charge into them. Let's take some more prisoners, boys. Why not? We've got them trapped. Take him. Take him. Hood, come on down. Hey, Helica, thank you. Gifted membership. Appreciate you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you and all the other fans doing things like that. Man who earns, pays for the pleasure in all kinds of ways. You are greatly appreciated by me, sir. And then welcome to Magic Man. I hope you bring him in, get him hooked on what we are doing here. Johnson, you need to get out of there. Withers. Let's go ahead and let's take some more prisoners here. Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Very nice, very nice. So again, was a little worried coming into this battle here. Real happy with the way this thing turned out, though. Our CSA campaign continues. And, woo. And I think we end up getting just a little bit of breathing room out here in Virginia to start looking at how maybe we can push for Washington. Well, a little bit of breathing room to build up our army from here, right? That's going to be build up and reorganizing the army is going to be a big thing right here. And this is going to be by Civil War standards in 1861, this is going to have been a very, very bloody affair. This is the first major battle of the war. That very first one outside Chancellor House, where we kind of bounced off of the Department of Pennsylvania and lost, withdrew. That was not the major battle of the first major battle of the war. This definitely, I think, counts more toward that. Steal some guns. Steal some more guns. That's what's going to be worth the most here, guys. Steal some more guns. Jackson. Steal those guns. Just like that. Cooper, steal those guns. Very well. Thank you, Helica. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Got big plans in store. The algorithms found us. Grand Tactician is popping off on the channel, gentlemen. And I think that this CSA campaign is going to become a little bit more regular of a thing. There's a lot of folks wanting to see more. So, you know what they say. Give the good folks what they want. All right, we're going to go 20 times and finish this baby up. Very good. Very good. Good first battle. Good result. A victory. And 9,000 Yankee casualties. Holy moly. They lose all of their guns. So they'll have to hope that they've got depots galore to try to refill on cannon. And that, I would say those two armies are rendered damn near ineffectual. Yeah, early. There he went. Whew, man, I am happy that that turned out. And there you have it. Enemy national morale drops by 0.89%. Nice. Our military experience rises by almost a percentage. Colonel Lee, Stephen D. Lee falls into disgrace. Really? All right. Well, you better believe the very first thing that we need to do once we jump out the other side of this battle is jump into the armies. Glorious victory at Fredericksburg, Department of Pennsylvania, fleeing in panic. Colonel Lee loses face. General Slike loses face. All right. We captured almost 5,000 rifles. Fantastic. I love that. 1,800 captured soldiers for the enemy. We're going to send them back to our POW camps out west. And then you have our victorious Confederate forces. Very good. And we'll have, yes, both Yankee armies on the run. And that will be beautiful. We'll have new reinforcements coming in. We'll be in the orange. We'll be in the red here. All right. Yeah. The captured guns are huge. So I just want to look at this real quick. So what did we take? 7 10-pound Parrots? That's enough for a battery. What else did we take? Maybe some 12-pound field guns there. We got 2 12-pound Napoleons. All right, guys. We're getting some planes rifles. Oh, we took 10 of them? Okay, fantastic. All right. Boy, oh boy, that was the result we needed, right? So, first things first, we need to look into the Army here. The Department of Richmond, right? Okay, so D.H. Hill didn't really do anything. Bryan kind of did. I don't think he earned a promotion, really, though. Early, not really either, although, you know, I feel like we're going to need brigadier generals a little bit there, and Early's attack was... his boys ended up running crazy at the end of the battle there, so I'm not sure about rewarding him. Yeah, none of Magruder's troops really did much. Let's do Army of the Shenandoah. Jackson is wounded and needs to be replaced. A professional infantry commander and Captain Elliot B. Jr. We're doing it. Go figure. B. Jr. will take over Jackson's brigade. And Jackson will recover from his wounds. Johnson will keep the command intact as is. George Stewart gets replaced by Jeb the very moment that we can afford to do it. I just don't know when that moment will be. Okay, then we go to the Army of Virginia, right? So Ewell, his troops did fantastic. He gets a promotion to Brigadier General. D.R. Jones, and early in the battle, was clutch. He gets promotion to Brigadier General. Lee is disgraced. Okay, not so bad, though. Okay, but he stays a colonel. None of Frost's division did worth a damn. Colonel Samuel Cooper, Colonel Withers. Withers did okay. We'll promote him to Brigadier General because he actually did kind of help out. Koch, a little bit, but he's already a Brigadier General. And we've got another one in Donaldson right there, so that will be fine. McCullough, yep, he gets a promotion. Walton gets a promotion. So now we've got a bunch of Brigadier Generals. And I would say one thing I want to try to work on here, too. Is it McCulloch? McCulloch? I say McCullough almost out of, like, you know, habit. I would say Ewell will deserve a division command. So let's replace him with a professional infantry commander. Let's give Cadmus Wilcox, Ewell's old brigade. He's a 2-star. Alexander Reynolds. Now let's do Wilcox. Okay, and now we're going to do a new division under Ewell. Bingo, right there. We'll bring Wilcox in there, of course. I like D.R. Jones being in there. Rosser wounded. We need to replace him with another artilleryman. You got any star guys? This dude here. Robert Trabue. All right, let's do it. Okay. Longstreet was, yeah, he was part of Frost's division. So say he, he made it out to the camp. That kind of explains the thumbnail. There you have that. Let's put, so you got Ewell's division. Let's get James 12-pound field guns in there. Let's then have McCullough. Replace him with an infantry commander. Professional. Excuse me. Alexander Reynolds, let's do that. Promote him to major. Then assign him to colonel command. Okay, Reynolds Brigade. But now we will have another new division under Beauregard and led by McCulloch. Reynolds will go in there with him. We'll have Trapier's new brigade go in. Oh, it can't. Okay, got it. We're going to take some troops out of Frost's division then. We'll take Cooper's brigade, put it under McCullough there. And he'll just have an infantry division right there, I think is what we'll do. Let's take Walton, put him under that. And I think that'll be good. The rest will be attached directly. We want Definitely Cav Infantry Contingent 2. Hampton and Lee and Wheeler missing in action. Let's replace him with a cavalryman. Wickham. Let's go Frank Armstrong. Lieutenant Colonel Frank Armstrong. Okay. Let's go ahead and put him in with McCulloch. All right, we'll have 3 divisions in the Army now after that battle with guys who kind of earned their stripes, so to speak. Probably have a little bit more reorganization to do. I believe we're going to have a good bit more reinforcing to do with this Army. Maybe increase the size of divisions a good bit. But there you have the crisis in Virginia for now. Handled for the most part. And that's probably going to wrap things up for the stream tonight. Gentlemen, didn't make a whole heck of a lot of progress on the rest of the campaign. We only advanced a few days after all that. But fun nonetheless, no doubt about it, my friends. Of course, it's always a pleasure having you guys in, doing this with me while I play here on a Saturday night. How much fun was that, guys? Winning the first battle in style, as was done in history. Beauregard and Johnson come through with Magruder's help, and the Confederates are back in business in the East and elsewhere. The CSA campaign, I'm telling you, it's going to be an interesting one. We're against the ropes, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic right now, that's for sure. Once again, guys, thank you for taking so much time to hang with me tonight. You're the best for doing that. I am Bank 60s, your humble and gracious player host. This is Grand Tactician, as you can see right over there. And we'll see you guys, of course, the next time we jump into this one. And it's going to be sooner rather than later, I can promise you that. Look for the post about the next live stream schedule. Also, check the post tab on my channel to find out how many likes we've gotten so far, because I want there to be as many as 50. If we get 50 likes on my post about doing the Oregon Trail, jump over there, give that a thumbs up if you want me to stream that next week, because this Oregon Trail game that's kind of making the rounds with some streamers that I've seen is it looks like it'd be fun to get into for us, and I'd like to do that if the community wants me to. If I get as many as 50 likes on that post, I will play the Oregon Trail in the coming days for sure. But again, thank you so much. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the stream, click the thumbs up button for me. If you're brand new and you liked it tonight, subscribe to the channel. Of course, hype the stream, hype the VOD when it comes out, when that drops. Go ahead, hit the comments, spend 5 minutes watching the VOD when it hits too if you're a fan of the channel. That all helps the algorithm see us that much more consistently. Once again, guys, thank you.